Looks like we got a new friend! Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Dragon Age, Children of Thedas. This week we are reunited, or are we? Before we go around and say hello to everyone, let's go through our regular links and all those things. Check out our Discord, Twitter, and YouTube over here. Check out our Patreon also. We are back on the climb towards $500. We are much closer. I think we just hit 440, 450 this morning, so doing well. Thank you all so much for the support. Also, we have merchandise. If you'd like to get a crest on your chest, head over to the Redbubble, and we are sponsored by Bird in the Storm Publishing, who write modules for D&D and other TTRPGs, and Mage Hand Press, who wrote Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e, which you can see us playing on Thursdays, and they've also written other expansions, which you can find next season when I'll be running one. We have other things below the screen. We have arasavad.com, tabletoploot.com, and rootinc.com, where you can get 10 to 15% discount using my special codes. And lastly, there is a tweet out, and every 10 retweets will gift the players in-game trinkets to play with. So please go and tweet the tweet. Tweet. Alice, why don't you take us around and introduce everyone? Oh, hi, good morning.
Oh, hi. Hi, this is definitely morning. So yeah, we're gonna head round and just say hello really quickly. And who we are playing. So we will start with Ambly.
Hello, I'm Ambly. I play the beautiful Qunari blood mage named Holdra. She's kind and I'm saying different things every time. She has anger issues. She's drinking a lot of wine. She's awkward and she's usually confused. That's the truth for once. I should probably make a proper introduction once.
Awesome, thank you. Then we're gonna hop around to Nassim. Hello.
Hey there, good morning everyone. It's certainly morning for me. I'm Nassim, and I am playing Harvia Azalea, your Duster Rogue Dwarf, and she's Old Faithful.
Our grandma dwarf, our power grandma dwarf. We're gonna hop round to Avery.
Hello, my name's Avery. I'm playing Nara Ferelmas, who is a merchant caste rogue, who has been a little MIA as of late. We don't know how that's gonna go. And also, it is very much morning over here. It is about as morning as you can get. Any earlier, and it would still be night.
Awesome, thank you. And last but certainly not least, Scrat.
Can I get you a ladder? I'll be playing Guzgid Iduken, the strong, dwarven noble prince, who definitely understands the plights of the the downtrodden dwarves. He's got a tattoo on his forehead to show his solidarity with them. But doesn't seem to get along with Nara particularly well. We're not sure why. He's trying real hard.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. So last week, the others looked for Nara. Nara disappeared through the alluvion as she noped out once again. And as they made their way through the crossroads, all of them saw some strange, weird, I wouldn't say wonderful things, but they saw some things. They saw different images in the mirrors. They saw, Harbeck got a little bit too close to a mirror and was spooked by a Darkspawn who could definitely smell that he was nearby. And everyone saw something strange in the crossroads. And after venturing through these crossroads, they fell through another alluvion, out into the western approach. Harbeck and Huldra went in one direction to scout out the area a bit further, and Harvey and Guzgid went the other way. Harvey and Guzgid found a door, a huge door, almost like a Deep Roads door. Harvey opened it. Very well, I'd like to say. If I remember correctly, the roll was very, very good. And as she opened this door, she managed to creep down this tunnel. And she found a ravine, essentially, full of hundreds of thousands of Darkspawn, an army. And decided to lock the door again. On the advice of Guzgid, they both decided to lock the door. And Huldra and Harbeck were the ones that discovered they were in the western approach, as they found an almost balcony carved out of this sandstone-esque rock. And they found the wastelands with that strong gas, a gas you could barely tolerate being close to, and a huge dragon flying overhead. But at the moment, we're going to go and see where Nara is, because Nara fell through an alluvion, and that is who our team were looking for. Nara.
She's probably dead.
That's optimism for you.
Okay, back to the rest of the party. Sorry, keep
Nara,
going.
you feel yourself fall through this doorway, this mirror, this alluvion, and you hit a stone cobbled floor. And it's cold. Like, the stone itself is cold. You can see some moss in between these little cobbles. And as you look up, you're in a huge, almost like courtyard, but there's no walls. This is just an open space, almost like cobbled streets. The sky is swirling a grey. There's no sun. And you're not even sure if there is one here. It's cold. It's fairly dark. It's more dull than it is dark. And in front of you, just spaced out randomly everywhere, are all these mirrors, all these alluvions. Each one decorated slightly differently. Like, some of them have a different frame, some of them are more twisted, some of them are very like look like it's sort of formed out of a tree trunk, some of them carved from stone. As you stand here in this darkness.
Is that person who pushed me through here?
Nope.
Wow, love this. Oh my gosh. I think she instinctively reaches back for her bow and quiver and then realizes that they are not on her. And she's gonna go back to the mirror that she fell through and just hand on it, like pressing, trying to get back through.
You like hold your hands up and you can bang on this mirror and nothing happens at all. You can't even see anything through this mirror.
Oofta. Just gonna. Can I see anyone or any other roles happening? So immediate anxiety, like, oh no.
You can't see anyone around you, and as you look at the mirror that you've just come through, you see a small smiley face being drawn on the mirror.
Oh my gosh. I think seeing that happening, she's gonna try again and like kind of hit the mirror, but obviously nothing happens. Oh, so close yet so far. That's tragic. Yeah, I think she tries that for a little bit, but after a while she just kind of slumps a bit. It's like, shit. She's gonna go for a little bit of a wander. She's gonna have that ornate dagger out. Yeah, because I had a revelation yesterday that I realized that she is currently still in her formal attire because she left immediately after the ball, and she has like an ornamental dagger and a hidden one, and that is it. Goody, love this. Y'all think you was spooked last week. Imagine doing it alone and virtually unarmed. Yeah, she's gonna wander up a bit. She's got that dagger out, and she's gonna try and check out whatever the nearest mirror is.
Yeah, you can wander around and sort of look. Some of these mirrors, they're all sort of standalone. Nothing is propping them up. Yeah. They all just stand there. Some of them have a very tarnished mirror, like a tarnished surface. Some of them are just completely black, where you can't see anything the other side. And one of them, you can hear whispers coming from this mirror in particular.
Can I hear what they're saying at all?
They don't seem to be audible. There's nothing that's... You're not sure whether it's Elven. You're not too sure. Alia probably didn't speak a lot of Elven to you, but you recognize that sort of thing when you hear it at the same time.
I think she just kind of mutters to herself, well, idiot. So stupid. She's gonna look around and see if she can find like any trace of anybody, specifically that healer that pushed her through. They're around at all.
You can't see anyone at all. And as you walk past this mirror, there's like a sheen that runs over it, like a quick glow, almost a split second.
I think she puts, again, just trying for anything, just kind of puts her hand on that mirror as well. Just a different one, just very gentle touch. See if any of them will let her through.
This one's strange. This one feels hot. In particular, the glass itself feels hot. And can you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. Alrighty. With this one, is my level up like counted right now? And two,
yes, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, wonderful. And two, would hearing count for it?
You can listen as well.
Okay. So that's 6. If that's the case, it's now a +6. Balls.
On an 11, you just hear these whispers. And as you lean closer to this mirror to listen to those whispers, you glance, and to the side you see a flash of red. It's like you're looking not into a cave or something. This is a distorted image. You don't think it's not like a clear picture, but you see what you can pretty sure make out to be huge cave walls, huge all the way up, covered in shards of red lyrium.
I think anyone, like, if anyone were to see her now, that hand on her dagger is like, you can see the end of the dagger like trembling. And she's gonna keep walking, and she's just looking for any movement, anything. Actually, I think what she might do is, because I mentioned before to you, Alice, and just in the chat, that I think she generally just keeps just a tiny little sewing kit with her. She's a tailor. She's a seamstress. It's nothing big. It's just got like some needles, thread, and maybe some buttons, maybe like a bit of tailor's chalk or something in it. And I think she's going to go up to the old mirror, and she's going to take a tiny bit of thread and just tie it somewhere that she would know, no one else would notice it, and just tie that out.
That's part of a mirror. It seems to be only really mirrors that are around here, but they've got some of them have got ridges on their frames.
Yeah, just tie it down somewhere, or even just leave it by the door, or like even put like a needle or something there, just as anything, because I'm assuming like a lot of this stuff, save for the designs on the mirrors, a lot of it kind of blends in together and looks the same, huh? Alrighty, and she's gonna keep walking through, and she's just looking for any movement, or like listening out for any kind of footsteps, any more whispers, just to see if any of these mirrors call to her.
Yeah, you can walk, and you walk for quite a while, and it's almost like you're seeing the same scenario over and over again, just each one, the mirrors frames are just that slightly bit different. Some of them again are tarnished, some of them are just completely black, some of them shimmer a little, but if you touch them, nothing comes of it. And after about a good hour or so of walking, just in a straight line, you hear footsteps behind you.
She is immediately ducking behind something, and like listening out, trying to figure out what the source is.
You can duck behind one of these mirrors, and the footsteps stop.
Upsetting. Can I peek around to see if I can see what was the source?
Yeah. You see a body lying down in the center of the path.
Oh, I hate it.
You see your quiver and your bow attached to their back.
I've got the dagger pointed at this body, and I'm just very slowly sidestepping towards it. Are they face down?
They're face down.
Okay.
It's more like they're facing away from you, like they're lying on their side.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna do like a wide berth around.
You can do this easily. You can take a real wide berth if you want.
Yeah.
Walk all the way around. You can walk behind the mirrors.
Yeah.
And as you come around the other side, face down, it's Alia.
I think she very nearly drops the dagger, but keeps her grip on it. And she's just shaking her head like, no. And she's going to step forward a little bit and just very cautiously, just to make sure that this is not like an illusion, just tap like the shoulder or something with her dagger.
You tap the shoulder and it's a very physical form. As you sort of push, you sort of feel the body rock slightly with your push.
Like, no, this isn't possible. Is anyone? She looks around again. Is there anything else that's watching this? Like any?
No, it's literally an empty courtyard place.
Can I don't want to move to grab it. I don't like this. Can I move to grab my bow from?
Yeah, you can swipe a bow.
Yeah, and the quiver.
This Alia doesn't move at all. You can easily take the bone quiver off.
Yeah. Her eyes like open.
You can't quite see her face because she's rocked
Okay.
down.
Alrighty. I'm gonna very carefully, with the hand that has the hidden blade on it, just in case anything happens, I'm gonna carefully turn her around to see if she has that mark, the red lyrium.
You
That
can
was-
easily just rock Alia's body over so that she's laying flat on her back,
Yeah.
and you can see that an entire side of her face it's a weird amalgamation of her face, and it looks like lyrium crystals have burst through it and started to grow down one side of her body.
Yeah, I think seeing that she like scoots back on the cobblestone and like she's shaking and she's like, it's not real, it's some kind of trick. No. And I think she almost like not yelling exactly, but definitely speaking louder. It's just like, what kind of sick joke is this? And no response, I assume. She's
You
like,
hear Alia say your name, but you don't see her lips move.
okay.
You hear, where is Nara?
Does it sound like it's coming from the body, or?
It does sound like it's coming from the body, but you don't see lips move or anything. You're not sure if this voice is in your head or it's coming from somewhere else, but it seems to be in the general direction. We've got to find her.
At that, she'll get a bit closer to the body and just quietly, like maybe even just shake it a little bit as if she's trying to wake somebody up. It's just like, Alia, I can hear you, please.
You hear a groan. She's like, oh. Nara? Again, her lips don't move.
Alia, it's me. I can hear you, but I don't know what kind of magic this is.
Nara, why did you leave me? I think at that she like her hand drops a bit. Like, Look what happened. And her face rocks over to the side, and you see that red lyrium, and it seems to be almost spreading down her neck, and you can see as you roll her over fully, it's down her shoulder. I can hear them. Those whispers all the time.
I think she's like over this body, I guess, and she's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we're gonna make it right. I promise.
It's too late now.
And she's just, shaking her head. It's like, no, we're going to make this right. I'm not
Perhaps I
gonna
should
have someone else.
Interject that
I'm
we've
not
hit
gonna...
10 retweets already.
Hit 10 retweets. Okay. Scratticus 1, Scene 2, Avery 3, Ambly 4. Let's roll. 4. Ambly, could you roll me a 1d100, please? And Nara, again, Alia's body doesn't seem to move. The lips don't move, nothing moves. You can see like this energy radiating from this red lyrium. But she herself isn't moving.
I think she's just doubled over, just like, no, we're going to make this right. It's not too late. I'm not going to run from this. And I think she stands up. I think if Alia's eyes are open on this body, she'll close them.
Yeah, you can close them.
Yeah.
And as you stand there, you hear a voice behind you. Excuse me. You might want to leave here rather quickly.
She whips around, dagger out.
You're not going to need that. And you see a tall elf stood there, long braid down his back, robes, stands there, hands behind his back. You've wandered into the wrong place, and particularly for a dwarf.
Yes, I realize that I don't exactly belong here, but I wish I had a say in the matter. I kind of got pushed through.
Yes, I did see it is interesting. Your friend, your companion, that's not her. And he points. And
No, just nods. Like, yeah, I figured it was some kind of trick of this place.
there are many tricks in this place. It's designed to let intruders get lost. I mean, and he sort of gestures down to the body, and it's not Alia. It looks to be an elf. Just a random elf.
Well,
You're lost, aren't you?
very much so.
Well, this must be rather surreal for you. Dwarves aren't used to this sort of place, are you?
She just shakes her head, and I think she's got lowers the hand down, but she still has a dagger in her hand. Like, yeah, I admit I'm a little out of my depth. May
I
I
will show you the
know?
way out if you do not use an alluvian again.
If I don't use one again, I think it'll be too soon. May I know who you are?
No. And he sort of holds up his hand, and sort of with a flourish, this green sort of flame appears. Follow me. And he starts to walk away. He stands very proudly, he stands very tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting, this place. What do you make of it?
She's looking around, and I was like, well, it's a little creepy, but would Alia have mentioned, like, just because I feel like they would have exchanged stories, whenever they met up. Do you think Alia would have just mentioned, like, this is just a childhood myth or anything like that? Just like, maybe not named it or anything like that, but just like mirrors everywhere. I was like, oh, that sounds familiar.
You would have heard from Alia about the mirrors and about people used to use them to travel, but she didn't think they existed. So
Yeah.
No reason for you to think they existed, but you know.
Yeah, know of it. But yeah, she's looking around. And it's just like, I heard stories about this. I think something like this, but it was only ever a myth. It was like a bedtime story. I think this is very old and very powerful, and that I don't belong here.
This is a gentle place. It was not always like this. People have ruined it.
What kind of people?
People. Humans. Your people. Elves treasure wonders such as this. This is the crossroads. It was used almost every day. And now, and he just sort of gestures around, keeping that hand with the flame up, which is giving you this dull green light, sort of guiding your way. Now we have things like this. And he gestures to an alluvian that is completely smashed. We had to destroy some of them, or close them up, as he gestures to another blacked out one. Not that, people try and work out their secrets, how to get through, and he taps on the glass of one of them, and you see a darkspawn sort of press itself, almost loom out of the darkness at it, trying to find out where the tapping sound comes from, sniffs a bit, and then appears again.
Yeah, you see now I kind of like take a decent step back away from that mirror.
They are doorways to anywhere and everywhere. They were abused.
I think she's a little speechless at that. And My condolences mean nothing at the moment, but you have them.
I don't need them.
I'm. She kind of like, I don't know if this will be the case, but there may be more people coming through. I doubt it very much. But if they do, can you show them which way I went? I don't think they'll want to stay here very long either.
If it gets them out, then yes.
She
You
bows, like, thank you.
come back again. Simple as. Your friends. They're an odd group. They're intriguing. One of them carries something in his pocket. He shouldn't be carrying that.
What is it?
And he smiles, so it's really a problem.
She kind of nods, and it's like, because she's seen the cube. Yeah, I think she played with it at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't think she knows how bad it's gotten.
But
Like,
mirrors like this, it's such a shame. And again, he reaches out and touches one of the mirrors, and this mirror is completely shattered. But as he touches it, you see a light just sheen over it. Take you to wondrous places, and take you to terrifying places that were once beautiful and no longer ruined by people.
Seems to be in the nature of the beast.
And at that, he smiles briefly, like it's just like a quirk of his lips more than anything else. Come here.
Yeah, she'll step forward.
This blight is more serious than any of you realize. What you do is important. Look. And you can look into this mirror. It's distorted, it's shattered, it's all over. So the image itself is all over the place. You see a very dark scene before you. You see a city. A black city. And I need you to roll a perception check for me.
I'm guessing this is just sight.
Yeah, this is just sight.
12.
On a 12, as you look into this dark, seeing this black city, you see huge steps. And you see a tall, almost broken figure. It's almost human in shape, but there's something wrong with it. It's a lot taller. It's nearly 8-9 foot tall. It's all over the place. It's broken. It doesn't quite walk straight. Almost like a Darkspawn on one side. He walks up the steps. A problem. Now, and he sort of turns you away from
It's like, what no?
and starts to walk you forward. That mirror
What was
there,
that thing?
and he points at the very far end, quite a distance, and he clicks his fingers, and the glass just lights up. There's your exit. I will tell your friends you came this way, but don't come back.
I can assure you we won't. And she gives this person like a bow. It's like, thank you. I that's all I can say, thank you. And
He gives you a sort of a nod of the head. You're one of the most respectful that has come through here. Thank you.
I do feel some sadness towards this place. It could have
Don't
been
be
great.
It will be restored.
She nods again. Like, I believe that.
Good.
And she'll walk towards that mirror. She's hard, like not sprinting for or anything, like relatively hard, like just getting out, essentially, just a power walk, I guess. But I think she will, but before she reaches the mirror, she will look back and see.
As you glance back, you don't see a man. You see a huge wolf walking away amongst the mirrors and disappear into this darkness and through another mirror.
I think she just kind of just smiles a little bit and then heads to the mirror.
You step through and you feel a rush of hot air hit you. This is like a warm heat, especially from where you've just come from, where it's been quite chilling. This is like a wave of heat. This is too hot. You can still feel a breeze though, as you look around in this dark rock, like a cave. And all around you, well, not all around, below you, you hear snarling, and you hear feet, you hear marching. As you stand on the edge of a ravine and look down at thousands and thousands of Darkspawn as they congregate and march away from you. You look over this edge, you can see stalactites and stalagmites, you can see ogres and other huge hulking creatures mixed among them. And I need you to make a perception check, please.
Okay. So perception. Would hearing count for this?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Thank you very much to Madrogue, who donates Nara a reroll. Also, thank you very much. Michael earlier donated Holdra a reroll as well, so you both have fresh rerolls.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can walk along this.
Was it
and
Holdra? Hang on. I might have made a mistake there. It might have been Harvia. Harvia, sorry. Ambi looks so excited. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I rolled a 15, by the way.
You can see them heading in this certain direction. It is away from you, and ahead of you, you can see a huge door on this like ravine cliffside. Steps up, and this huge metal door. Many.
Motherfucker. Am I on the other side of the ravine? Oh, wow. I think there's a moment where like she steps out of this mirror and very nearly like stumbles over the edge of this ravine, like just has to step back, and she's like, she looks back at the mirror like, what the fuck? Of all the mirrors you could have sent me back through.
This is the same side of the ravine, but
Okay.
steps up towards the door.
Okay.
And below you, as I said, you hear it's almost deafening of this clank of
especially for Nara.
steps. Just this army of Darkspawn.
Is that so? It's like ravine one side, and just behind me is that door. There's no other way through.
No,
Okay,
there is
good.
this door, and there looks to be like this. It's almost like a pathway on this ravine. It does go further,
Okay.
but you can't see that.
Can I check out the door real quick?
Yeah, you can head over to the door.
Yeah, let's take a look. Sees.
It looks like it's been opened recently. Very, very recently. You can see the locks have moved, but they're now back in place.
I think she realizes that looking at this door, she's It's out of her league. She wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I think she's staring at it.
I need you to make another perception check, please.
Okay. Hearing for this one
Yeah.
or
You can use hearing.
14?
No, 14. You hear breathing. Heavy breathing. Low, rumbling breaths. And you feel breath on your neck.
I whip around with my bow and arrow out.
You have no bow and arrow.
Oh, it's gone, is it? It was all. Oh. I whip around. I think she doesn't realize that at first, and she tries for it, and
You
then she
reach
realizes she has
forward.
nothing.
As you whip around, you're faced with a waste, and you look up at this huge ogre over you, just looking at you curiously, like he is moving up and down as he breathes, and you see that almost like that breath sort of form
Wow.
on the
You'll just locked her in with this thing.
and it
It's just like-
roars at you.
There was like you said that there was another path or something out.
There is behind it, back onto the ravine and another path.
She's gonna run back away and then loop around and slide between this thing's legs and then book it.
Could you please roll me like the equivalent of a dexterity, please?
Okay, dexterity.
Also, thank you, definitely not Ali, who donates a reroll to Ambly.
Okay, so just a dexterity check. I don't think I have
Straight
any.
dexterity, and if you have anything you want to add.
Yeah. No. Oh god, I should have taken acrobatics or something. 16.
Perfect. Thank you. As
I'm stressed.
this ogre swipes down with its arms to try and swipe and grab you, and you can just duck and slide in between its legs out the other side, and you hear it like roar in like discontent as you do this, and it swipes you again and it turns around and attacks. Are you sprinting straight afterwards, or?
I'm booking it. She knows it. She knows she's out of her league.
Yeah, you can run. And whereabouts are you running?
Away.
Back to the illusion or in the opposite direction?
She would go in the opposite direction. I don't think she'd go back to like there wasn't a pathway behind the Illuvians, and she knows in between a giant wolf and this thing. I'm not sure which one she'd prefer.
You can tear along this edge.
Yeah.
And this is not a wide edge, it's literally enough for the ogre to run along behind you as you sprint along the edge of this ravine, and you can feel some of the rock crashing as it slams its fist into the wall, trying to almost gallop after you. I need you to make another dexterity check as it starts to catch up.
16 again.
16. I'm going to roll as well.
No, don't do that. I'm so stressed.
On an 11, you duck as this fist crashes into the rock just above your head. You hear wails from down below, but you're not sure exactly where it's coming from.
Where's that dragon when I need it? Please. Yeah, she's still running. She's not gonna fight this thing.
Yeah, you can run again, and in the distance you can see like a not a cave entrance, but it looks like something has made an entrance. And I need you to make another dex check after I roll this.
12 for that one. Oh fuck.
This fist comes in and crashes. Not
Remember you have a
into
reroll?
you, but on the rock. I need you to make another save to hold on to the rock as it tries to shove you off into the ravine.
19.
On a 19, you feel yourself being pushed over the edge. As you start to fall, you reach out, and with this dagger in your hand, you start to slide down this rock. You can feel it breaking away, the dust in your face, as you hold on and you stop securely. And it starts to roar again as it looks out to try find you.
Yeah, she is flat against this wall.
Yeah.
Like, up there.
It stands there. You can see it breathing heavily. You can see that drool dripping from its fangs, its big teeth. As it's like it's scouring down below you, but you are pressed completely
Yeah.
flat.
If there's like a rock that's kind of overhanging, she'll like try and position under it.
Yeah, you can literally position yourself awkwardly under it, but hold it on a 19. Like that's probably the best roll you could have done. Oh, okay.
Thank you, dice.
And it starts to turn, and you feel the judder as it starts to walk away.
She stays there for a while. And she looks down. Has anything in the ravine noticed her? Like,
Oh no,
really
this is
dark.
way down. They're not even.
Oh,
if they did look up, it's probably like a dot.
Oh. Hey. Yeah, she waits for a while before she moves. And when she stops feeling that rumbling, I think she'll very, very slowly come up, like try and climb up and just peer up and look either direction if she can see anything.
If you can, you peer up over the edge, and to your right, you can see in the direction where the alluvium was, this ogre just looking down and looking at to where the door was.
Hmm.
And to your left, you can see that tunnel.
Okay, she's gonna seeing like if once that ogre's looking away, she's hauling herself up.
I'm gonna need you to roll a stealth.
Yes.
As you
Okay.
try.
Yeah. 15.
On a 15, you can pull yourself up. A stone moves, and the ogre quickly turns, but you're not quite high enough for it to see you. And then it turns away again. You can pull
Can I get my
yourself
dagger
up.
out, or is it stuck?
Oh no, you can get that out. That wasn't
Okay,
it's not that
good.
It
Yeah.
looks very pretty, but it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, I swear to God, if I lose this weapon too. Alrighty, yeah, she's going.
Up
Yeah.
onto this ledge. This ogre is looking in the opposite direction. And I'm going to need you to make one more stealth check.
As you make that stealth check, we've hit 20 retweets.
Oh,
Hey.
so everyone's same numbers.
14.
So that would be Scrat, please. On a 14, you stand up on this ledge. As you put your hands up on the ledge, your dagger clatters. It turns and looks at you.
I'm gonna try and flatten myself against the wall. Like the other wall. And the moment I feel that rumbling of it coming towards me, I'm booking it.
It's rumbling. It's seen you.
Okay, I'm booking it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm booking
Where
it.
are you running?
Down the tunnel, I guess.
You can run down this tunnel. You can sprint as it is. It's almost bowed its head, the huge horns out, almost charging towards you. And you can run, and you run as fast as you can. As you look down this tunnel, it's a dead end. It looks to be soft dirt. There's roots in the edge of it. And Let's roll this. I need you to make a dex save for me, please.
17.
Okay. I'm gonna hop over to the others.
Where?
The rest of you
Hello, my mom.
have been sat in this
I'll go
sort of
home.
campsite area and you've had like a sleep or a snooze. Alia is still sort of snoozing away, but you can see her snoring. Terrail is sort of sat there playing with Trouble. Harbeck is not waking up. Despite having Trouble jump on him and Terrail fall over him a couple of times as they're playing. He doesn't wake up.
Looks like this one's had a little bit too much of the ale supply.
You think that's just it? There's not maybe some sort of weird effect from that magical elven mirror that none of us know about? I'm sorry, that was sarcastic.
Maybe it's the cube in his pocket.
I don't know why he's still carrying that damn thing around. It's dangerous. I want to do a check.
He's
of some-
unconscious. I've got a big axe. We could just solve the problem.
Well, we aren't animals here. This isn't a farm.
I don't mean
Let's
kill
check out
him, I mean break the box. Damn!
I definitely thought you were gonna kill him.
No,
Yeah.
no, I mean break the cube.
Okay. Good. I agree with that.
What do you think happens in the higher circles of Dwarven society? This isn't how it works.
I was starting to wonder.
The thing is glowy as hell. I don't think smashing it's gonna do much.
We can try. And I pick out the cube from his pocket.
It's not in his pocket. It's clasped in his hand
I
very
take-
tightly. You will need a strength check.
I'm a canary, please.
You just said you're a squishy canary.
That doesn't mean I'm weak.
Please roll a 1.
No! Stop it, Ellie. I'm a big, strong, independent woman who need no...
I'm not doubting your independence.
No, wait. Yes. +2. Go. 10?
You can pry 1 or 2 fingers away. You could probably take it out of his hand, but it's a real struggle. It's clamped like a vice.
Oh
around.
wow, he's attached to it. Okay, so there. I just put it on the ground. See if we can smash it.
Okay, well, stand back in case it explodes or anything. It looks like it's full of lyrium.
Harvey is standing in front of Harbeck to shield his unconscious body.
Terrail and Trouble are looking round the corner of you, even though they're probably about the same size as you.
Alright, standing next. Right behind. Gets scared.
Yeah, roll me a strength or an attack roll, whichever you prefer. Gets scared.
Well, they happen to be one and the same.
There you go.
That was an awful roll. I want to re-roll that.
Go on then.
That's more like it.
What? We're not rolling here. Just hit it.
On a 17, when the metal of the axe crashes down on this cube, you all feel like a blast of energy as you all get thrown back away from this cube.
Does that mean Guskirty is just flying onto Holdra?
You probably, if anyone's collided, so Harvey, you sort of get thrown into Terrail and Trouble, who is behind you and therefore in front of Harbeck, so they then fall onto Harbeck, and Guzgid, you do get thrown into Holdra.
Sorry.
Ah!
Ariana's like, what are you doing? What is happening?
We're destroying evil.
What?
Is the cube still fine?
Cube looks untouched. There's a faint green glow, but it sort of like it's like its energy is seeped back in from the tiny little.
How does my axe look?
Your axe is fine. Your axe is fine.
Oh, thank God.
Well, that's about what I thought would happen.
Well,
It was worth a shot at least.
I mean, if it's evil, we can just leave it somewhere. We can just
Well,
put it somewhere.
there's a door down that other hallway that led to a whole army of Darkspawn. I don't want this anywhere near that.
I mean, upstairs there's an entire desert. We can just bury it and call it a day.
Well, what if it attracts evil? What if, like, you know, there's some sort of darkspawn walking around that's like, cube that way.
Well, in that case, I don't want to hold it.
I wonder if maybe when Harbet comes around, we could convince him that we could, share the load so that none of us get too, attached to it. I mean, he was gripping that thing pretty tight.
Maybe for now we wrap it up in some cloth and hang it off of Trouble's collar.
So we have a cube bearer instead of a ring bearer. So
That might work, yeah.
you have my axe. I don't have an axe.
Is that everyone okay with a little animal testing right now? Let's just tie this thing to the dog.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Maybe in the future I could craft some kind of necklace for it to wear so it looks more official, but you know, cloth will do for now.
Alright. I'll take out a piece of cloth, wrap it around the cube a few times, and do a little bow over onto Trouble's collar if he has one.
Yeah, he has a harness more than anything, but you can attach it to the harness really easily.
Yeah.
Whilst you're doing this, you feel a rumble, and you hear a roar. An almighty roar. And the wall, not far from the tunnel you went down where the door is, explodes. And Nara is thrown. But because she rolled so well, Nara, how do you land as you get absolutely... This ogre comes crashing through the wall and you just happen to be in its path.
Please just make a superhero.
I'm waiting for Nara to say that she just goes straight out the exit, like instant nope.
She leaves. She just doesn't even look at you guys. She just keeps running. I think. Bye. I think what happens is she's a lithe small dwarf. She goes absolutely flying, and as she starts to hit the ground, she rolls into it, and the momentum keeps carrying her. So she rolls a few times, and then pretty much 3-point landing, skids a little bit, and then looks back at this thing.
You hear your name called. You hear Alia like, Nara? And I need you all to roll initiative.
And at level 2, I took a thingy in initiative, so I get +2 to it. Yay!
Yay!
Probably gonna
So it's just the d6, the 3d6. Sorry.
I think so. Yes.
Straight up,
3d6
unless we
plus
have a
dex-
thing for it.
dexterity.
11.
Oh wow, that sucks.
It should be plus your
That's okay,
dexterity
I'm
too,
recovering.
so... if you've got any dexterity to add to it, you can add your dexterity.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, okay, then that.
Oh,
If it's
sorry.
dexterity, that makes a 10 then.
Nice.
Holy shit!
And I got a 12. Yeah, a 12.
So good.
Guzgud is excited by this thing.
God, Scrat. What did you have for breakfast?
Hang on. So sorry. What was everyone's rolls with the addition?
Mine
Nice.
was mine was 12.
10.
What was Harvey? Sorry.
9.
Okay.
It's okay, it makes sense. Nara has to, like,
I'm going to.
take a breather.
Ollie is a bit too weak, but I am going to roll for Ariana. 6. And I'm also going to roll for Terrail,
Oh no!
as he's now got his new armor.
Oh, that doesn't mean he has to run into a fight.
Who got Nora's bow and arrow? I think I gave it to.
Alia has it at the
gave
moment.
to-
Alia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was like an NPC, but I don't know who,
Which one?
which one. There's so
Here
many.
you go, Terrail.
Guzgid,
I mean,
it is your turn.
Oh, hi!
Guzgid will be rushing forward as he desperately looks for the action section on this ridiculously long PDF. He's going to rush forward. I think it's called all-out attack to add 1 to the attack roll, but -1 from my defense. I think that's how it works. I'm trying to look it up to make sure. But so far, I'm just scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
It might even be the charge attack. Actually, thinking about it now that I've said it. There, here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking with charcoal. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm going to move half my speed towards the creature and gain +1 on my attack roll as I attack it with my axe.
Yeah, that hits, and you've got 2 6s, 2 dragon die. Well, a dragon die.
6 stun points. Let's do this. Okay, so roll the damage for the first one first. 14 damage. I am going to I'm going to lightning attack.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 16. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits.
There's another 11. Let's see, that's 3. I've got another 3. I might as well just lightning attack again. And another 8 damage.
Another 8. Okay.
Guzkid is ready! He probably from the back as he runs. As he runs in, he's just like, ah!
And what you have seen is Nara's sort of been exploded through this wall. And Guzgid, it's like he's not even seen Nara. He has seen an ogre. He is just
Nara who?
to this ogre. And this ogre roars, almost like a wail as this electricity hits it. It starts to spasm briefly. And then as it stops, you hear it breathing heavily, and it just turns to look at Guzgid. It's pretty much distracted from Nara now. It is Holdra's turn.
Can I hold my action?
Yes, of course you can.
Cool.
It
do
is
that.
now Terrail's turn. Terrail has grabbed Nara's bow. He's not very good at it, but
My bow!
oh, with a 3, you see him, if anything, just fumble with the arrow and the
Alice,
bow, and
Alice.
the arrow just falls.
That's not a dice roll. There's an S
It's
there
like a
instead of a D.
3s6.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that
Okay.
Swear to God, if you're
Okay,
something.
yeah, on a 14, he hits. He sort of skids behind where Alia is, who is sort of trying to get herself up, and he takes her bow. He takes Nara's bow, and he just up and he fires. And I'm gonna roll something.
It's the elven blood.
It is. Why can't I type today? Let's have a look. It is Nara's turn. As you see your own arrow, you see Terrell jump up, skid, grab your bow and arrow, and just fire this arrow, which strikes this ogre in the face, like it sort of streaks past and gets stuck and lodged in its shoulder.
I'm torn between calling so I can get my bow back. I think she's going to try and get behind this thing. Like, I'd like to use my like how far do you think it would be for me to just circle around it?
You could
So I
do
have a speed
it
of
quick. This
11.
room isn't huge.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'd like to try and do that. I'd like to use my I'd like to use the backstab to I gotta make a stealth check and it's versus this thing's perception.
Yep.
So.
No worries, go for it. It's not great perception. I love that here it says perception bracket smelling. It's got back.
Yeah. It's a stealth check. I'm a novice in scouting, so I might re-roll that one.
Well, you've already beaten it.
Oh, I've already beaten it. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm not
ogres are dumb. Like
Oh, yay! Good. Love this.
they're just big.
Alrighty. So I've got the backstab on it. I'd like to just kind of. I'm gonna try and get my hidden blade out, and I'd like to just run past and just the tendon like behind the knee, just take that out.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, so I get, because I have the backstab, I get a +2 to the attack as well. So that's 3d6 plus 5 then. Whoops, I went down, up. Ooh, 21!
Yeah.
And double, so I get the dragon dice.
Yeah.
I'm going to use 5 of those points for a lethal blow, which gives me another 2d6.
Yeah, go for it.
And I'm going to use the last point, because now that I'm a level 2 rogue, I can use the pierce armor one for only 1 stump point instead of 2. So its armor rating is halved, so I do a bit more damage. So that's the d6 for the dagger, that's 2d6 for the lethal blow, and that's 1d6 for the backstab. So 4d6 plus my strength, because it's the melee thing, which is nothing. But it's +1 for just the dagger itself. Oh wow, that's kind of sucks, but that's okay. 9 damage.
Ow. Sorry, I'm being attacked right now.
Oh, it's okay. Oh no.
Yeah, you can swipe past, and as you do, it's almost like it's not that you slide between his legs, but you can slide round, and as you do, you bring the blade out and just keep swiping as you do. It is now Harvey's turn.
And I'm coming. Here I am. Okay. I'll take out my crossbow. And still from my position over Harbeck, being good grandma and protecting him.
Good.
I'm gonna shoot some bows. Pew pew!
Yeah, go for it. Kill me, I swear.
It's just the 3d6 to try and attack it, right?
Plus your dexterity.
Yeah, 3d6 plus dex.
Okay.
Yep, you hit.
Yay! And then damage is 2d6 plus 1, I believe.
Yeah, plus your perception as well, because it's a bow weapon.
Yeah, that's the one, unfortunately. 11!
11. No, that's good. Okay.
Oh, is that when you get doubles is for your attack roll? Is that
Oh yeah, you have four stump points.
Yeah. You got stop points.
4 stump points? And I save those for next time?
I think you can, yeah. You can save stump points.
I don't think so. I think they have to be used immediately.
Do they?
Because I remember that being said at one point.
Okay, maybe.
Right, well, I'm not totally sure how to use them immediately, so I'll that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Fair.
We are right. Oh, it's Ariana's
yeah.
turn.
Can I jump in here?
Can you do that, or do you have to wait till next turn?
If I hold my action, can't I just like?
I think
No.
it's wait till your next turn.
No,
Okay.
no. If you hold
it
your
not?
action, I mean, if it's like D&D, I mean, I can check the rules, but if it's like D&D, you should be able to step in when someone gets hurt or something.
Well, maybe then. I'm not sure. I didn't know how it worked.
Oh, but it's fine. I'll wait.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. I just genuinely thought it was that in this one.
Oh, it says I have to use my stun points right away or they're wasted.
That's true. That is true.
Okay. Then I'll do... Oh no, that's only for 2 targets. I'll do a lightning attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So a roll to attack first. Do. 11.
Yeah, on an 11. Yeah.
I hit it,
Yeah, you hit it.
and then that more damage.
Oh,
Okay, I found the action. It's called Prepare. You pick one major action that you prepare to execute and then end your turn. Anytime until your next turn, you can interrupt another character and take your prepared action immediately. If you don't use it by the next turn, then your action is lost. You cannot take the prepared action if you've already taken a major action on your turn. So, Ambly can interrupt.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay, cool. I just did that to be extra sure about my spell. So I didn't have anything special in mind. So I'm gonna use blah 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 blah. Blood wound, and he's gonna make a Constitution saving throw. This is when I'm always thrown off a bit, but I think it needs to do a Constitution saving throw against my spell power.
Okay, he has a good old Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's 3d6.
I don't know what happens if he succeeds, but I know what happens if he fails.
3d6 plus his Constitution. 18.
Oh my god. He beats it. So that's the thing, I'm not sure. It doesn't say what happens if he succeeds.
it might be half damage.
Yeah,
I
it
think
says
it's
it says that if he fails, he can't like take a action.
Okay.
Pretty much.
What was
But
the spell called?
blood wound. But like, I can roll damage and we can half that.
I think if I remember, it's half damage or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Once the PDF loads.
Okay, so he takes 3 damage.
3 damage. Oh my giddy aunt. Sorry, I'm being. Right. It is Ariana's turn.
So they straight up take 1d6 plus magic penetrating damage, and then the Constitution test versus your spell power stops them from being able to do things. But they passed, but they still take the damage. They take all the damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then. Cool.
Okay. We are back round to Guzgid.
Well, can I get this thing a ladder?
This thing is like bleeding fairly heavily.
Well, I'll see if I can help it with that.
As Guzgid's gonna fucking God.
That does hit.
For only 6 this time. Guzgid's sort of panting.
And it is Huldra's turn.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna do the same attack actually. To do it. So give me a
You're gonna
con save, please.
Con save. 19.
This guy.
Is his best thing.
+8. Yikes.
So he takes 7 damage.
No. It's it. Okay. We are now going to hop down to Nara's turn. Now, Nara, this thing is looking incredibly wounded. It's sort of bent down on one knee, holding itself up with its fist.
Okay, I'm gonna use my minor action to aim this thing with my dagger, and I'm gonna try and take out its other knee if I can. Oh, hello.
Sorry, the cat's being really bad.
That's all good. The cat is forgiven. Alrighty, yeah. So I'm gonna use. So it's plus my dex plus the ones as well because I'm aiming. 18. Oh my god, the dragon dies.
So, okay, describe to me how you finish this thing because it's like on 2 hit points.
Okay, I think for there's a moment when Nara's just not there, and as you're fighting, but suddenly she just kind of parkours up this thing, and then comes down on the back of the neck with this hidden dagger that I think she's up there, and it just slinks out again, and just right back through the back of the neck as she lands on this thing.
You hear this thing absolutely cry out in pain and like a roar, and the ground shudders as it crashes to the ground, Nara on top of it. You are out of combat. Look at that traitor, that cat is absolutely calm now. Absolutely calm.
Holraya's like try to calm down I don't know, like just and Nara, it's good to see you're alright. Usually you're the one that avoids trouble.
Trouble barks when you say that.
Or not you.
I think she's breathless, and she's on top of the thing. She's getting the blood off of this blade, like, quickly. It's like, this time trouble found me. And I think she gets off of this thing, and she walks a couple steps, and then her legs just give out, and she just, like, because she's been running for a while, her knees just shake, and she falls to her knees.
Alia has already stood up. She's come towards you, managed to grab you just before you fully fall, and she's like, oh, okay, come on, and sort of leads you over to one of the pallets and tries to lay you down. She's like smoothing your hair off your voice, like, are you okay? What, like, have you been hurt? What? Anything? Just relax, lay there, just calm down. You can see she's fussing, but she also doesn't know what to do. Like,
yeah, it's okay. I think if anything, Nara is just out of breath. She doesn't seem physically hurt, save for like being shoved through a wall. I guess.
Yes,
I assume she's got some bruises.
If anything, you were just caked in dirt.
Yeah, caked in dirt. Maybe a bruise or two on the knees and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, dirt out of your hair as you're laying there, and Trouble is barking quite happily.
Yeah.
And Terrail looks up. She's like, "Did you see it? I got it. I shot it. That's the first time I shot an arrow."
Nara gives like a smile to him. You did real good. And I think she just wraps her arms around Ollie and just holds her close.
Yeah, Ollie will just sit there with you and just hug back.
Yeah, she's murmuring to us like in the crossroads. I saw you. You were
like, just stop. Nothing in there is worth talking about.
Well, that was fun.
Speak for yourself.
So, is this your girlfriend?
I think she pulls away, and I think she's kind of avoiding eye contact, and there's a little bit of red on her cheeks, and she just gives a little.
like, Alia's looking at you going, "You're traveling with an Iduka."
Trust me, if I had it my way, it wouldn't be the case. It was more of how the cards fell, I suppose. It was fate, and I don't know. I can explain later.
I was trying to tell Arlier that we've been getting along just fine.
Like, she shoots you a glare. She can't.
Yeah, like in sync, Nara also shoots you a glare. Like, you and I have different definitions of the word fine. Yeah, and she's panting, she's breathless, she's like just catching her breath right now.
Well, it's good to have you back in the family, Nara. You little scamp wandering off all the time.
I think she shakes her head at this and it's like, no, someone, and she's like, she lets go of Alia and she's like, I was pushed through the smear. A healer came over and said they needed my help with something. They said it would help Alia, and I was pushed and I was in the crossroads and I was alone. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, apparently that person was an imposter, so...
I figured. I saw Alia, and then there was a man who helped me. I don't know who it was, but he said one of us had something on us, and that it was a problem. I think and she's like gesturing like the cube, essentially.
You can look over at Harbeck and he is out. He is completely out.
Oh, well, guess he was right.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. So it's time we get out of here now that we're all back together. We have work to do back on the other side, and we need to wake this guy up.
Yeah, well,
Shouldn't we also... Where did you come from? Did you come from that place where all the Darkspawn were? Because,
Like, Ariana's looking at this massive hole in the wall, and she's...
So is Kid.
Yeah, Ariana
was-
looks at like, we should probably...
yeah. While the conversation was going on, you could see Hulra like taking like 2 smaller glass bottles and like pouring out what looks like a brownish liquid, and she goes to the troll and like collects a little bit of blood in the little bottles.
Ariana looks, she's like, don't touch that, don't get it on you.
yeah, be careful of that. That's bad.
Is the blood looking darker or anything?
Oh, the blood is black.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, don't experiment with that. It'll turn you.
And
I think
she
Nara's
puts
trying
it...
to get the blood off of her hand. So-
Oh no.
No, as in like off of her blade, because like that blade
don't-
touched her wrist. Is
Yeah,
blood all over
don't
her.
worry. I'll be careful, and I take a little like piece of fabric and properly put it in a little package sort of thing, and like.
Because
I
Kid
can use
sweats.
And I was sitting there like, and it's like, he said that man, I never got his name. He said I couldn't have it, but he said that this blight is even more serious than we think. I saw something through one of the mirrors. It was almost like a person, but not. They were in the city, and it was almost like they were half Darkspawn. I don't know what I think she looks to Alia. It's like, I don't know who this man was. He said I was polite. He said I was respectful, but as he showed me the way, he led me here, and he said that he'd point the way for you guys. And when I turned around, he wasn't there. There was just a wolf. I don't know.
Alia sort of pauses at that and sits back.
Thank you very much to Malhadale, who donates all of the present players 5 temporary HP.
Ooh,
Yay!
thank you.
Thank you. Might need that. Oh, so I took that down. Yeah, it's like when I looked back, he was gone. It was just a large giant wolf that went through one of the mirrors. I don't know what that means. Is that?
Oh, we also saw a giant wolf. He kind of ushered us the right way too. Well,
So
not
that
really him. But
said we can't go. We can't go back through the mirrors. That place is sacred. It's old. It's powerful. We can't go back.
Does anyone know where we are?
Well, I'd say we're in one of the desert places. I've never really been here, but I've heard about them.
Huldra would know after looking with Harbeck that they're in the western approach.
How far is that from the end of Hills? Then again, I don't know we're going to the end of Hills. Yeah, I think Nara has taken off the wrist blade and she's taken off the jacket of her formal attire, which you notice that she's still wearing. She doesn't have any armor on her. And she's cleaning this blood as much as she can off of her hands.
Oh shit, yeah, Guzgid will do the same. Like, seeing Nara do it will... as he starts taking the blood off of his axe to stop it from etching, and...
Yeah. Does anybody have a water skin or something? This is... Yeah, I think this blood is all over, like, from wrist down.
I'll say Ariana just walks over and hands it to you off her belt. There you go. Get it all off. Get it all off.
Thank you.
Try and be sparing with the water, though. If we are in the western approach and we don't have a way back, this is desert. It's supposed to be hot.
That's generally what deserts are like. Very astute. Yeah, she just gets it off. She uses it sparingly, but she'll get it all off and hand the water skin back, making sure there's no blood on that.
So, how much travel do we have ahead of us if we're here and we have to head over to wherever it was we were going?
First of all, I think we need to find somewhere other than this to recuperate for the night. We've been here nearly all day, and to be honest, I don't want to be here in the dark she gestures over to the hole in the wall with that.
Honestly, I'd like to collapse the whole cavern if we could.
Or is this like Inquisition where we can just put up some chicken wire?
No. It's not like that.
You know what I mean.
I know you. There are a lot of beams in this place that have been held up. Now Ariana looks, she's like, I feel you're right, Guzgid. Collapse this place, get out, find somewhere else. There's forts at the western approach. We have the Orlesians here. There's going to be something around here somewhere.
Sorry, I didn't see any other ways. It was just the door, the Alluvian, and the dead end, which I crashed through.
Yeah, and out here you see one off to the right, an exit off to the right, which is where Huldra and Harbeck went. Dragon. You can see the other Alluvian up at the top of the steps, and then another exit no one has gone through yet.
Have you looked around? I didn't see anything the way that I came in a different way. All I saw was a giant door that was locked, and then she gestures to the ogre.
You're muted, Emily.
Muted.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
So if you go up the stairs to that's the exit to the desert, and I kind of start to describe what I saw up there. Like, that's where I saw the dragon. If I saw buildings one direction,
I saw a dragon.
I saw a dragon, guys.
Cool.
So we haven't looked in that room, have we?
Nope.
Should we see what's in there, or should we not risk it?
Well,
I don't
it's the
think
only
there's
other
another
way.
to go.
Let's risk it. Let's go. And I pick up Harbeck.
Yeah, you can sling Harbeck over your shoulder. Trouble and Terrail sort of follow close behind you, almost following Harbeck. And are you all going through this door?
Should I come along, or... Sorry.
Don't know. I think it's best to collapse the tunnel behind us. Make sure it's not going to follow us.
Make sure we're out of here first.
Yeah.
Don't collapse a tunnel when we're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to Terrail and be like, sorry, but may I have... You're very competent with it, but may I have my bow back, please?
Yeah, of course, sorry. Right,
And I
listen
think she'll
quickly.
lean into... Yeah, as she does, she'll lean forward to Terrail. I was like, did you give Alia back all the things that you picked up of her when we first found her? Just remember he was like picking up all the stuff and
Yeah,
he found
he's like,
something, yeah.
He's like,
Yes.
no. And then you see him take something out of his pocket and put it in hers. And she looks at you like, thank you. Like, he's like,
Okay, now I have.
I think I ruffled Terrail's hair a little bit.
he sort of smiles. He looks happy to have you back. And he jumps up and follows Huldra, who's carrying Harbeck with Trouble close behind him, who's sort of like jumping up every now and then, not at Huldra, but to try and see
That
Harbeck.
reminds me. I look at Trouble and I feel like at his new war paint that has been painted
you
on
haven't
him.
seen his whole thing.
And I just look at this and I'm just like, what on earth happened to him? Who did this? Who desecrated our dog?
Gersgear gave him a new makeover.
I did.
I think there's a long pause, and I think Nara just starts laughing.
Even Alia looks shocked at this, that you're laughing at something Guzkid did. He's like, oh, you're delirious. Come on. Like, and sort of starts lifting you up with Ariana at the other side to sort of help hold you up. Are you leaving through this doorway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You step through this doorway and you see a long tunnel, but it's more like a corridor. It's a bit more so you can see beams either side of it, and you can see a light at the end, a very orange light. You can feel that breeze, and you can hear that. You can hear like the wind whipping around.
Yeah, Nara's leaning on Alia pretty heavily. I think like she's fine. Her legs are just really weak. She's been running a lot. That's a very hefty sprint she just did.
With that Gusket is gonna collapse the tunnel behind her. Holra starts to power walk.
I'll just start getting set up, tossing ropes over the cross beams and getting ready. I won't bring it down until I get a clear word or if ogres appear.
So sounds good. Sounds like an actual plan. I like it. I like it a lot.
If it helps at all, I only saw one ogre in there, and all the other Darkspawn were miles down. There's no. Then again, I don't know this place.
That sounds like what me and Harvey saw. We were down there.
Mm-hmm. Any way you can set it up so that we get a little bit of the collapse blocking that pathway too?
Looking at it,
You can cave this whole thing in. This looks like this has been abandoned for a while. It's literally just these big wooden pillars that are holding it up.
Yeah,
And you can see the exit in front of you, and you realize like it's sand. It's almost like a sandstorm outside.
hang on a minute, there's a sandstorm outside?
Yeah, it's not like a dangerous sandstorm in the form of it could hurt you. It's more you can't see miles in front of you. Because Gid hates the outside.
well, that's great. The sky is falling.
It's sand. Good.
Ariana looks back at Guzkid. She's like, look, there is a fortress not that far from here. We should be able to spot it even in a sandstorm. It dominates the western approach.
Okay, am I collapsing this thing?
I'd say so.
I think we're ready.
I might need some help.
Tell me what to do.
Just pull this rope with me.
Yeah, I'll.
All right. I'm behind you, pulling the rope.
Yep. On a 15, you can see this wood start to crack and creak, and Ariana starts pushing everyone else out as you're doing this. And you can see
Deja
the
vu.
ceiling of this thing just start. Yeah, she's a little bit nervous after the first time she met.
Yeah.
And
She's
you see this all start to crash in and fold in. On
she's
itself.
not pushing Huldra. Huldra is. Oof, she's out.
Hunter's already gone.
Yeah.
Huldra Narad.
With hostages. I have Harbeck, I have the dog, Trouble, and I have oh god, I can't remember his name. The little
Terrail.
boy. Terrail.
Terrail. Oh. It was my son. Baby boy. Precious.
And you can all collapse this, and there's like that goof of like dirt and dust that erupts from this tunnel, but it's almost lost in this blur of a sandstorm, and you can feel it whipping against your face. Ariana pulls a scarf up over her face, same as Alia, who starts pulling her hood up. She pulls Nara's up as well, sort of holding it tight and securing it. And she sees Terrell just walking along, and like that, she's just like, and you see Ariana grab him and just like put him under her coat, and, like, just try and hose it that way. And you can see an almost blur of a building, a blur of this huge fortress. You can tell it's there, but again, this sandstorm is insane.
Oof. Yeah, start trudging over. Nara's holding on to Alia pretty tight.
Yeah, Alia's like, just keep your mouth closed. Like, she's like, like as she spits out some just sand.
Yeah, I think Nara's one hand on Alia, the other one just probably gripping at Ariana's clothing or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to get separated.
No, we don't. And you could hear like Trouble barking slightly further ahead.
Okay. No, he's fine. It's a dog. We'll sniff us out.
Constant vigilance.
We probably shouldn't scream or bark. We don't know if anyone's here.
Yeah, what lives in the sands?
Probably all kinds of crazy things like worms and sand bugs and
Yeah, no, it's crazy what lives under the earth.
Nara's got a bit of a smirk at how uncomfortable Guzgit is being outside.
oh god, birds!
I don't think there are any birds out in this. Ariana says, not quite looking at It's like, but there are big lizards.
Oh great, lizard birds!
Glances over to him like with a smile on her face, like big lizards.
As long as it's got feet, I can kill it.
Come on. And she sort of pushes through, like arm up in front of her face. She leads you through this storm. And you can feel like if you're wearing a cloak or anything, it's really whipping around you. Like if it hits your face, it actually feels quite tender, quite sore because of how much you're being battered by these sands. And this huge shadow of the fortress starts coming in to view. It's very blurred, but you can see it. You can make out the griffins, the huge stone statues of griffins, all around the top of Adamant Fortress.
Well, I don't think we're going to be getting back to Orlais anytime soon. What happened while I was gone?
Well, did you know that we found that room full of red, whatever that was, red magic, bad magic?
I was with you, Harvey.
But I didn't know if you knew that it was that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember when you disappeared exactly.
It's okay, it happens a lot.
My old age is getting to me.
It's okay,
Were
it
you
happens
there?
a lot. It happens.
Well, there was a mage that crashed the party and attempted to assassinate the Emperor.
She
Harvey, I was there.
was also there.
What day is it?
Harvey. Okay, not
I
okay.
I remember Alia was unconscious. We fought the mage. We killed the mage very, very quickly. And you all left to talk about something briefly. And one of the healers, though obviously not now, one of the healers said that they needed my help. And they guided me away to this room. And the next thing I know, I'm being shoved through a mirror.
I think it was only a couple of hours until we started looking for you.
Quicker than I expected.
I went
to be honest.
shopping, that's what I did, I remember now. I figured that you'd turn up and I went shopping.
Oh,
Oh yes, we.
I bought a whole wagon load, a whole team of things, of supplies, weapons, armor. It's all on its way to the Anderfels without us.
the Anderfels. Why are they going to the Anderfels?
I can't remember.
Oh my God.
Ariana looks over at you as like, find the Grey Wardens.
That was it.
What?
Yeah.
They were
Thank you for
going
the
to
raid, Israel.
Anderfels to find the wardens. Right. So you're going to the Anderfels to find the wardens. What? And she's just lost. Like, and she didn't hear anything about the Emperor.
There's a break in the sand where you can all pull yourselves up against one of the walls of the fortress, and it gives you a moment to just hear each other properly, and you can now see each other. You're all caked in sand, like it's rested on every single place.
Oh no, is
You
it like
can join the
sand
dirt.
everywhere?
Yep,
Yeah.
sand is everywhere.
Oh no.
And
Of course,
Ariana
just everywhere.
stops out in front of these huge doors of Adamant Fortress and just bangs on it a couple of times. And you can almost hear it echo through the hallways. And there's no sound.
Sounds
There's
pretty
no-
empty to me.
And then she just, one more time, and bangs again.
No one's home.
And she looks down and these huge big wrought iron, almost like rings. She's just like twists it, and you can hear wood moving the other side. And she just pushes the door open.
No, just getting a bow out.
Okay, everyone in, but be on your guard. We can't stay out in this sandstorm. There should be people here. She pushes
Where are they?
the door open and steps inside. She sort of moves to rail that little bit behind her, but still under the coat, and walks in.
Well, if
And
they're
Yeah.
good, we should know where they are, and if they're bad, we should know where they are before we let our guard down, so I'm gonna start shouting. Any objections?
Well,
Yeah.
if you're going to just shout, go stand over there so you draw them to you, not to us. Like, it's just sort of like gestures looking around.
Okay.
You see Nara just rubbing the bridge of her nose.
And you step into this huge courtyard. It's covered, like you can see sand moving over top, but there's lots of roofs and lots of like outlets from the walls. And it looks like maybe there was once market stalls here or something, but it looks like people were training and trading. And you see a huge staircase up to another level. This is a barracks. This is functional. You can see a well at the back, which you can assume was used to draw water. And it's quiet, apart from this sand whipping around everywhere. You can see banners of Orlais and banners of the Grey Wardens flap, torn in the wind.
From
like
distant
this.
from you guys. Hello! If you're alive! Come out and show yourselves, good or bad!
Nara just looks at Alia. It's like, he's going to get us killed.
I'm gonna go and.
No, it's just that Ali is just looking at Nara like, well, someone's gonna shoot him. Someone should. But she keeps looking around.
I'm gonna go and try to find some water somewhere. If they have a well or anything.
Yeah, there is a well. There's a well at the back.
Oh,
Um,
I'm off then.
There's a well at the back, and you can see a bucket.
I fill like my water skin with fresh water. It's great. There's water here, by
There's
the way.
fresh water.
Huh?
The water does not look fresh.
Oh, never mind.
Also, there is water though.
Is it like dead stuff in the water? Like,
It just looks like there's a lot of like scum on it. There's a lot of. You're not too sure what it is, but it doesn't look great.
I smell it.
It smells rancid.
Do we have? You know what? Like, reserve water is always good to have. So I'm gonna take like a piece of fabric and gather as much water as I can in it, and I'm gonna let it drip into the water skin and like have it as
Like a filter. Yeah.
yeah, and
You do that.
like it's not gonna be great water, but at least it's gonna be water of some kind. Hopefully we won't get sick.
Yeah,
What the rest of...
if we can start a fire, perhaps we can boil it down.
If you put a load of sand and rocks in this thing as well, that'll help distill it. There's no good water in the deep roads.
It's something. Well, we can maybe try to boil it tonight.
Harvey is just closing the door behind them.
Oh yeah.
This is like,
Yeah.
I don't want no big giant lizards coming in while we're trying to do a job here.
Alice, is this kind of like more of a castle, or is it like a military fortress, or is it?
It's a bit of both. It was built by both dwarves and Orlesians, so it's got the sort of almost regal aspects to it, but it's definitely a fully functioning fortress.
Okay, so I have water. Who's up for like exploring and see why no one is here? So my guess is we're gonna find a reason why everyone left, or a lot of dead bodies.
Or both.
Probably not much different than the other towns we've come across so far.
Yeah.
Where would we find these Grey Wardens in a place like this? I'm asking,
Ariana's
Ariana. Got 70 A names and 70 H names.
Yeah. Like, Ariana's looking around like, I don't know, they should be here. I don't understand. I mean, they're missing, that's why we're here, but I thought there'd be at least someone here. And she sort of looks around, she's like, I'm gonna check out up there. And starts walking up.
I'll follow her.
Same.
And Alia looks to Nara and says, are you okay? Are you like, can you walk up?
Yeah. Alia, you don't have to fuss so much.
I'm not fussing.
I should be the one
Checking.
fussing over you.
It's just like, if you go up the stairs, she'll guide you, and she doesn't let go, and you know she's fussing, but she's look like she's fussing. And Trouble and Terrail are now like quite happily just like marching up the stairs, just behind Ariana and Huldra. What's Gizgid doing?
I'm just sweeping the place looking for people to kill. Or parlay.
Yeah, you can look around.
He's gonna get an arrow in the forehead.
he find another little servant boy
It
like you
might be
there.
Nara's.
And you walk around this fortress, and it is literally dead. But it doesn't look like it's been attacked. It doesn't look like there's been an invasion or anything.
Can I roll an investigation and see if I can figure out why everyone left?
Yes, yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, could I do an investigation as well, just to see if I can see any signs of a struggle, any traces of someone, like a person, like something they might have left behind?
I'm just gonna add perception.
I've got 13. On
I
mine.
got a 9.
On a 9, you can't see any bodies, but it doesn't look like there's been a struggle. It doesn't look like people have been attacked and people have been left. And Nara on a 13, you suspect, looking around, there's no supplies at all. There's no food. You know the water's not great.
Is it dusty?
It's not dusty, it's just covered in sand.
And yeah.
It's covered in sand.
There's nothing here. There's no food. There's nothing. It's as if they just took everything and left.
Why though?
Well, somewhere else to be. Maybe this place wasn't safe anymore.
I mean, as dwarfs, you would know deep roads run deep underneath a lot of this area. I mean, you've just come from one. But it's not showing signs that anything has come up.
I don't know.
Ariana, do you know if there's any more like castles like this close here, or any
Not super
villages?
close. This is the main one. There aren't really any villages here. This land is dead. But either way, I think it's our best shelter for the evening. And you can see it's starting to get dark, and the storm is calming down, but it's still going.
Okay. So we're gonna make a camp here.
I suggest we find one of the rooms high up. This fort just goes quite high. I suggest having a good view of our surrounding area is probably the best option.
Good idea.
Let's go find somewhere.
Ready. As they're walking, Nara's listening out for any signs of footsteps, anything.
You can hear like banners flap in the wind, as you can see the flag of Orlais, you can see the flag of the Chantry, and you see the Grey Warden flag here. Some of them are torn, but again, you suspect like in this harsh wind, not through like an attack or anything like that. And you can walk up all these steps along these battlements. These are like battlements that are it's almost like a tunnel with lots of windows all across, so you're shielded from the sand. And you can get higher and higher, and as you look out, you can look over the western approach. As much as there's a sandstorm going, you can see huge, big, like, cliff faces of sandstone. You can see a wasteland where an almost green-black fog erupts from the ground. And it's not so bad because it's so far away, but you can definitely smell it. It's not great. And in the very far distance, you can see a couple of figures moving here and there, but it's almost like a blink, like, are they there? Is it actually someone, or is this the sand?
Can I
There's
try and
something
focus on that?
you can all
Yeah,
see.
can-
You can all see.
Okay. Yeah, if we try and focus on that a bit, the figures.
Yeah, if you roll a perception, to really sort of, whoever wants to have a look, have a look.
I'm definitely gonna have a look.
13.
Harvey's still trying to figure out what day of the week it is.
Yeah.
This one. That's also
Another
9!
nine.
I rolled 2 ones.
Wow, that's
Six.
insane. Yeah, I rolled a
Why?
13 again. Wow,
It's broken. Roll 20 is broken.
On a 9, you just see black figures, like shadows in the distance. Nara, maybe you think they're almost like it's not human. These things are like lulling about. If anything, you reckon it could be a couple of Darkspawn stragglers that maybe have come out of somewhere, but
stick around.
they're normally
Might be able to teach you a few things.
all in big groups, and these two look lost.
Sorry, did you say that they were within the walls of the fortress
Oh
or
no,
just outside?
they're way, way away. Like these are like dots on the horizon, almost.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Nara's squinting at them, so I think they might be stray darkspawn. They don't move like people.
Well, let's do our best to not make our presence more known than Gersgear shouting his face off outside.
Yeah. Should we maybe barricade the entrance?
Yeah. I could do
What
that.
about
I could
it?
head back down.
Yeah. Just make sure we have an escape route because I'd hate to be trapped in here if something breaks through.
Yeah. Do you need help with that, Harvey, or?
At the very least, I'll just try to find a way to get a lock from the inside for us so we can escape fairly quickly if we need to.
Sounds good. Are we in a room now?
You're walking along like this thing,
Okay.
and there's lots of like big open spaces which are all undercover. And Ariana finds one. It's just like, this might do. It's got 4 walls and ventilation, so I suggest we light a fire in here.
We can take care of that. I nod to Alia.
You sort of start setting about prepping this fire. As you can see, the sun slowly start to go down. And Harvey, you can head back down to the main door. It will take not a while, but to get all the way back down all these stairs and head back to the door. You can find a lock with ease. This is something you do a lot. So you can easily... What sort of lock are you going for?
Something like just creating leverage against the door that, I don't know, like a big plank of wood or something heavy.
There's
Just
so many bits around that you can use.
Yeah.
That you can just prop up or make some form of just barricade or lock, which you can easily remove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then also like MacGyver a bell from a nearby shop and put it on the thing so we can hear if anyone's trying to come through the door.
Yeah, if anything, you can actually get like a string of like bells or things that will make sound that you can easily sort of put across the door. So that
That's what I do.
And you're on your own down here. And you're now stood in this courtyard. Sort of. Doors all secured. Everything is quiet. But I need you to make a perception check for me, please. On a 13, you're in this big courtyard, so you can look up towards some of the higher levels of the fortress, where the others, where you've sort of were headed. And it's getting dark now, the sun is almost down. And in one of the archways, you see someone looking down at you. Human in shape.
I take out my crossbow and aim, but I'm not firing yet.
As you aim, the person doesn't move. Just looks at you.
Hello there.
There is no response. As you say hello, the figure turns and starts to walk away.
He's like on top of a building within the fortress.
He's up like 4 or 5 levels, and you can see him walk past the archways. These are like open archways, like a walkway, and he disappears up another set of stairs.
I want to follow, but from the ground level.
Yeah, you can't get too far to follow him from the ground level, as he's just going up more stairs. But you can see him walk. It's like he does. The stairs sort of do a circular motion of the fortress, so each time he goes up, he does a lap, so you can follow around like that.
Okay. Geared. She starts calling for Gersgeard.
Where is Guzgid?
Uh,
Did you stay up where the fire was, or
no, Guzgid
This
was
is way up?
Guzgid was determined to find things in this place, so he was doing. Alice, you know how I play RPG games. He was going into every room, checking for monsters, checking for bookshelves.
You would have
chests.
found, in fact, your trinket was rather after you find a bottle of wine. A
Oh.
very old, very good bottle of wine.
I think Javier will appreciate that later on.
I'll put that in my jerkin, and if I find any like chests or anything which I can't unlock, I'll make a note to tell the rogues later.
There aren't necessarily chests. You can see some cases that are open. It's more like just bits and bobs in them, nothing of real importance. You do, however, find a Grey Warden banner folded up in one of them.
Yeah, I'll take that too. I'll wrap it up and stick it in my bag. And I guess I'll be somewhere around the castle when Javier starts calling.
Yeah, you could probably be on the same level, the ground level, if you were still walking around there when she was there. So you hear her call out.
I'll run across her.
What's up, Javier?
I saw somebody up on this archway.
Well, and they
took
didn't
out my bow. They took no action. They did not speak to me. I tried to say hello. They calmly walked away. And not really in the way of Darkspawn.
Well, let's go and check it out, I guess. Should we tell the others?
I don't know if there's time. I want to follow this thing now. Before it disappears.
Okay.
You can go ahead. They're up that tower over there. But I wanted somebody to know I'm following this thing.
No, I won't leave you alone. I'll come with.
All right then.
They could be
I wanna
hostile.
start-
You never know.
Yeah. Start going up the steps then, the same path he was taking.
Yeah, he's quite far ahead of you now. And in fact, he seems to be passing the level that everyone else was on. He's not going towards them. He's literally just going up and up and up to the top of this fortress.
Okay. Then as we get to wherever level everyone else is on, just gonna quickly peek my head into the door and say, "Hey guys, I've got some kind of action going on, some kind of lead. I don't know what it is, but I'm following someone right now. Follow quickly behind me if you want to." And then she catches up.
I was like, what? No, there's someone
What?
here?
I don't know who it is. I'm trying to find out who it is.
Okay, but don't separate. And she starts actually gathering some things up. She picks up Harbeck on her shoulder and is like, Trail, trouble here. We don't do anything on our own. We're not separating again. And she sort of glances over at Nara.
I didn't mean to. Yeah, I think actually Nara looks pretty guilty at that. I think she's been sitting quietly with Alia, and at that look, she just kind of very looks away, and she's like, "Well, if we're going, or do you want someone to stay here and make sure no one takes over our camp?"
We can build another camp, but we can't replace anyone who gets lost.
Yeah, she'll get up. A little bit wobbly, but she's getting her strength back in the legs now. They've recovered pretty much. She helps Alia up.
Okay. And Harvey and Guzgid, you were following this person, and you can see them up another level, 2 levels in fact, getting higher and higher up to the top of this fortress.
Still following, steadily and quietly.
Yeah. If possible, I'd like to just kind of creep forward a bit and catch up to Harvey.
Yeah, same.
These rogue types at the front.
You can follow, and Ariana's close behind. She's sort of watching the back but pushing to rail in front. She's got Harbeck over her shoulder.
Possibly a weird question, but if I list, how far ahead of this thing? Oh, how far ahead is this thing from us? Like this person.
It's more that he's above rather than
Okay.
distance. It's more-
Okay. If I listen carefully, can I hear if this thing is making like footsteps? Or
Oh,
if it's like a yeah.
You can hear almost like an armor clank, like metal
Okay.
on stone. And you can catch up a little bit. He's not walking really fast. And you come out onto this huge platform of stone. And you realize you're at the top. Not quite the top. Like a few levels before you hit the top. And it's almost like this platform that looks out all the way across the western approach. And if you look down, you can't see the ground. This is how high up you are. It's almost like the edge of this fortress, where this fortress is on a cliffside. It's like it's built into the cliffside. And there is a huge bridge, I'm talking almost like road wide stone bridge. And it is long and it is far, and you can see this figure halfway over this bridge walking towards what looks like this tower, this almost like an outpost, like a watch post.
Do they look human sized? Or?
They look human.
Yeah.
If you would like to roll another perception to see if you can see any more details, I will.
Yeah.
The sand is getting a bit crazy up here, but it has calmed down more earlier.
16.
Let's see if Holora gets anything else than 9.
14.
Oh, 14.
Can I try and do something a little?
Sorry.
So we're doing like perception style stuff, yeah. Could I try and work out what this tower might have been for? I recently took a skill in military law, so I'm trying to work that in.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And
Use that skill.
Harvey and Nara in particular, this person is humanoid. Huldra, you can see this is a humanoid shape. And Nara, what have you rolled? Oh my gosh, Adam.
Oh my
You're
god!
bad at history.
That needs
Where
to
are we?
be something. Come on. That needs to be something.
Where are we?
Yeah,
now Guzgit is the one who doesn't know what day it is.
I reckon that tower must be like a store cupboard, like a larder. That's.
But you
Looks
look
like
at this person walking. They seem to be average height for a human. Male, walking in armor. You see a flash of blue and silver.
That
Like a
means
warden.
he's a good guy. Or she.
Is that a warden?
Ariana looks, she's like, a warden? Be the first one we've seen here.
Something
Well, he's
not-
going towards some kind of fortress, and this place looks abandoned. Well, another fortress within the fortress.
At least a watchtower. Do we call out?
It wouldn't be any good to keep watch from over there. I mean, this is right at the back. This must be some sort of storage unit.
No, like Nara's got a bell out, like ready to go, and you just see it dip. It's just like, oh.
You see Trouble start to bark. He starts to bark. And this person is like halfway over the bridge now. Like I said, this is almost like a road. It's massive, it's huge, and it's quite a distance as well. So he's still quite far away. But Trouble sort of looks back at you, back and forth, like nose in the air. And he keeps running, just that little bit ahead of you. Not up to it, but running that little bit ahead of you and looking back.
Well, should I call out?
Do it.
Hey, friend!
As you say that, it stops. And you can see now you're that little bit closer. Are you walking over the bridge towards it? Are you still walking towards him?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, Nara's
You
here.
you're on the bridge, and like I said, you can't see anything below you. The sandstorm is actually better up here, because there's more sand underneath and whipping past. Hildy, I swear to God. And so now you can see clearer the blue sort of material, the tunic and the silver armor and the silver griffin of the Grey Wardens on this man's shield that he wears on his back.
Ha! You are a friend. Well, maybe.
We have been looking for you. I
We have a
imitate.
lot of news for you. Please hold on. Let us catch up. My bones are old.
Ariana's like, it's a Grey Warden. It's a Grey Warden. Like, she starts walking a little bit fast. She's not like running up to this person, but she's approaching carefully.
Like, whoa. I think Nara's staying back and she has that bow just ready. She doesn't trust
you
it.
have that ready.
Yeah.
And
She doesn't
Nara,
trust it.
you hear a voice. You hear Harbeck's voice.
Yeah. What does he say?
It's not necessarily coherent, but you hear, I can't wake up. I can't wake up. What is, where am I?
Does that sound like it's coming from him or in my head?
It sounds like it's coming from trouble.
Fucking put him in the dog.
No.
The body switch.
He's holding onto the cube.
Am I the only? Oh, that's right. I don't know that though.
Don't
I
like
think
it.
Nara.
What, I don't. We're not supposed to do this.
Harbeck,
What?
am I the only one hearing this?
If you're close to the dog, you can hear it.
I got trouble. Like Harbeck.
There's no response. It's like it's a one-way channel.
I'm gonna stay with Trouble and listen for that.
Trouble is just trotting along happily. Every time he hears Harbeck, he sort of stops, looks around, and then sort of runs around in a circle a little bit, and then keeps going.
Nara looked at Trouble's like, you hear it too?
He just barks. Nala's like, what's wrong?
Can't you hear this?
Hear what?
Trouble, come here.
And he sort of pads up.
Howdy. I just crouch next to him and wait, and then like hold up a hand, telling, like indicating everyone be quiet and listen for a second.
Who is by Trouble? Ariana's walked towards the Grey Warden, so she's not by him.
Ariana's at the warden.
I'm by Nara now because I'm like, what am I supposed to listen to?
Yeah, I think Ali is next to me as well.
I'm probably going towards the warden.
Guzgid probably would have been taking up the rear, so I guess if Nara and Holdra are stopping, then Guzgid will catch up, but he's mostly watching their back. He's not facing the way they're going so much.
You can hear Harbeck thinking, what? What? Where am I?
That is extremely odd.
Can I see any glow or something coming from Trouble's collar?
What was it wrapped in? Sorry, it was wrapped in like a scarf or material or something?
Yeah, just fabric. Just
Yeah,
probably like a handkerchief.
Yeah, if it's like a handkerchief, you see a faint glow.
I'm gonna very carefully, making sure to keep the fabric. I don't want to touch this cube directly, or whatever it is, like the cube directly, but I'm gonna carefully just take it and unwrap it.
You unwrap it.
Yeah.
You hold this cube in your hand, this metal sort of stone mix of cube, and it's just glowing so faintly.
Huldra looks at Nara and like, if I may, and she takes the cube in her hand and like holds it and like, Harbeck. And I want to roll an, I guess, Arcana check and see if I can figure out, like, not necessarily what the cube is, but like what makes the cube. Is there any magic that lets you communicate or transfer one's mind or something. I don't know. 3. Boop.
On a 12, you hold this, and you yourself get a weird feeling from this. You don't know if you like it, and you don't know if you dislike it. It's a weird sensation. You're not getting an overall like negative feeling from this. You feel this is very powerful, but it's not controlled. So Harbeck isn't controlling it. It's like...
I think this is what I was warned about.
Harbeck, are you there?
Harvey at this point notices that there's no crowd of footsteps behind her and turns around. How far behind have they stopped?
Not super far behind. You were all following the warden for quite a bit, and you're over this bridge, so you can see each other pretty well. You're not too far behind. And Ariana's still walking towards this warden. She's now got her sword out, drawn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at
My
Holder.
crossbow.
Oh. Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say my crossbow is still out, and I turned to go see what the hell you all are doing and start shouting at you to get a move on.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, looked at Holders, like, we should put this away. We have more pressing. We shouldn't split up. We can look at this later when we make camp.
Maybe we should return the cube to Harbeck's pocket. I mean, it's a bit strange, but if it's not on his person, maybe he's not able to return. I don't know.
It's strange. We can... I am trying to look at this Grey Warden that's probably still walking.
The Grey Warden has stopped since you pulled out.
Yeah, we should figure out what's happening here first, and then look at this and we settle down and make camp.
Indeed.
I'd hate to think that Harbeck was in that thing when I was wailing on it with my axe.
Oh!
You did what?
Let's not tell him that when he wakes up.
If he's got a headache, that's just,
Hangover.
He got drunk.
Nara has this dumbfounded look on her face, like they just attacked like this magical artifact that they don't know what it is. She just looks at Alia like, they did this?
Alia's just like... she doesn't know these people.
So Horror wants to return the cube to Harbeck's pocket, but is Ariana like walking
we have
away?
To go there anyway.
Yeah, to the grave.
Yeah, she's
person with a sword drawn.
Yeah, that's what she's doing as she walks towards. In fact, she's actually laid Harbeck down away so that she has more control over the situation. Yeah. So she's laid him down, and you can see Terrail is sort of crouched next to him.
Okay, so Huldra returns the cube to his pocket.
He's quite far up. He's, you'd have to walk back. It's not by the Grey Warden, but Ariana has set him down so that if anything does go wrong, she's not carrying.
Yeah. No, I was gonna hustle on up, catch up to Ariana quickly.
And Ariana sort of puts her hand out. Hang on. He's not moving. Excuse me. Like, as she sort of leans forward, and Alia is sort of looking at you and back at this Grey Warden. She's like, I don't know what it is. I don't... Why is he not moving?
You lose your tongue there, friend? We'd like to parley with you.
Are there more of you? Like Ariana sort of calls out. And you see just a shake of the head. He's facing away, Like he's literally almost like frozen on the spot. Like from your perspective, it's like he's frozen in fear at hearing your voices. He's just frozen.
I want to throw a rock, like not at him, but like just past him.
Oh my god!
Badly, because if you roll badly, you are hitting him with this rock.
Oh my
Just
god!
knock him out.
Is it just someone
Falls off the
that? So this is just from my perspective, a guy that's like too scared to turn around, and you just like start to throw stones at him like it was an animal at zoo. It's like move.
Is it a stone or a rock?
Oh.
A stone, not like
No, I don't think you're gonna pick up a like. Okay.
Yeah. Like something the size that would fit in a dwarf's hand.
Yeah, no. Roll me like a dex check because you're gonna be using it to like. Aim.
Yeah. I was gonna shout something, but I want to see how this pans
Yeah, I
out.
want to do good too. Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Wow!
On a 17, God, you're a good rock thrower. You throw this rock, and it skims just past them and bounces on the floor.
They don't flinch?
They don't flinch.
Alright. Alright,
No, I was gonna
that's...
take
He slowly... Like, you see, he's got a shield on, but his hands are down. He's got no sword. He's got no... Like, you can't see a sword on him. You can't see anything like that. And... you can see Harbeck laying there. Terrail is down by Harbeck, and Trouble's caught up, and he's just licking Harbeck's face. Like, just all over.
Looks like
And
we got a
Biscuit, are
new
you
friend.
catching up to the others as well, or did you stay back?
Thank you very much, Akami Black Moon, for the raid. Welcome in.
Biscuit, are you staying back, or did you meet up with the rest of them? You can keep your back to the Grey Warden to keep an eye out on everything, but are you moving up or not?
I mean, with all this suspicious activity, I think I'll probably be keeping more of an eye forward than I was before. But I'll keep glancing back to make sure this isn't some kind of trap. The old send an illusion down a path whilst we all come around the corner with crossbows trick.
And you stand there. And for a moment, you see this Grey Warden's hands start to move, just like as if he's feeling his fingertips, like, you know, when your hands get cold and you try and he shakes them. And a blue light appears in both of his palms. And Ariana looks to all of you. Excuse me? And Alia looks to Nara and to Harvey, like, I don't what is this? And this Grey Warden turns round, and you see a face of someone who was probably once very, very handsome, but he is old, he is weathered. And there is a scar running down his face, almost like in a straight line, and down his neck. And his eyes are white. And in one swift movement, he bends down and plunges his hand into the ground of the bridge. And everything starts to shake and rumble as the bridge starts to break away. I need you... Well, what are you doing?
I think the moment that hands, I think the moment they saw Nara saw the hands come down, Nara's put the bow away and grabbed Alia as like, we need to move. And she yells out, like, go!
I would... I guess it's too late to react, but also if I start to see glowing hands going towards the ground, I would try to stop them, but I think it's a little bit too late to react.
Crashed into this ground,
yeah.
And you feel this whole... It's almost like a ripple is sent through this bridge. And where this warden is, it crashes. The bridge starts to fall away, and he just falls backwards down into this abyss and disappears, and this bridge starts to break away, falling chunk by chunk, and Ariana's like, run! Like screaming and trying to just go and sprint. And I need you all to Cody, I need you all to make a dexterity save for me.
I'm running.
I also want to try to pick up Harbeck.
Yeah, I'm shoving to rail forward.
Okay, I will also need a strength check from Huldra then.
Yeah, you got it.
As well as a dex.
I start with strength.
Yeah, Nara's like pushing to rail forward, and I think she'll like give Huldra a quick hand. She doesn't have much muscle on her, so it won't be very much at all, but...
It's a 12.
Okay. Let's have a look. Whoops, I pressed the wrong thing. Okay. You are running. This bridge is falling apart beneath your feet. This is literally disappearing as you see these rocks just fall away and disappear into this, like, this. It's now dark outside. You can't see the ground. And this is a long bridge. You've been walking along. And it drops, doof, doof, going as it goes. And Nara, you run, you can grab Terrail and pull him up, almost pick him up, because he's very, very small. And Huldra, you can grab...
Oh, I know.
Huldra, did you roll a dex save as well?
Yeah, I got 12 on both.
Okay, so you've grabbed Harbeck and you can sling him over your shoulder and start running. Now, this is at your ankles, like this is how much this is dropping. And Harvey, you've seen this and just started sprinting. Ariana was close behind you. If anything, she's given you that little bit of a shove and started pushing in the right direction. And Guzgid, you are also sprinting. So you're like, for all the armor you're in, you can really hear everything clanking against this. However, I rolled a 9.
For who?
Alia trips.
I'm back for her.
She falls.
I'm
She's
going back for her.
holding on to this right as you see this rock, like this rock start to tip, and she's like, Nara! Nara! She sort of screams out.
Yeah, Nara's going back. She gets her bow out and like holds it out so she's got the extra reach.
I need you to roll me another. I need you to roll me. Are you holding onto her? Yeah, hang on. So roll me a dex and roll me a strength to hold on to the arrow as she reaches out for it.
13 and strength. I don't have any bonus on that. 11.
Okay, you can hold this out, and she grabs it and she starts pulling. So she is now going to roll.
No, my girlfriend.
On a 7, her fingers slip over this bow, and she disappears over the edge. And you hear a scream on the way down. I need you all to make another roll for me. As this.
I just got her back.
Guzgid would have stopped when he saw Nara go back.
Yeah, because Nara's now right on the edge.
Yeah.
He would run
she'd
back to
probably
get
go
Nara.
after Alia.
Is it dexterity again?
Dexterity, yeah.
Yeah.
She has one thing in life, and it just went over the edge.
Oh my god, Alice.
Yeah, I'm trying to parkour down. I don't know.
Alia panics, seeing Nara go back, and runs back towards Nara, as well as Guzgid.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Guzgid will see Terrell running towards him and will literally pick that kid up and throw him.
Punt him?
No, I'm throwing him. I'm not picking up. I'm throwing him and throwing him.
Yeah, you throw him and he can crash into Huldra, if anything. Like, you throw it far, as Huldra is, like...
Do you need a roll for that, or...?
No, he's small. I reckon you could throw him.
Yeah,
And...
I'll sort of, like, as I grab him, I'll be like, I'll sort out Nara, you get safe!
And now I need Nara. You manage to keep your balance on this rock as it moves, and Guzgid, what did you roll for?
I
Dex?
didn't yet.
Could you roll me a dex?
Ooh.
On a 10, you run forwards, and you not crash into her, you grab her, and you see her wobble just over the edge and pull her back just in time.
Is this not me?
This is you. You're both stood on the edge, and you need to start running again.
I'm screaming.
Yeah,
It's like she's
Guzgid,
still
you might
down
have
there.
to- Guzgid, you might have to actually pull Nara back over.
Nara.
Look,
Where
we'll
is
go
she?
down and find her. She's already fallen. You're not gonna be any good to her if you fall too. We'll go round and pick her up at the bottom.
And if needs be, Guzgid will
Yeah,
pick
you're
up
gonna
Nara.
have to drag her away.
16 strength.
Roll and
Yeah,
strength to combat it, Nara. If
Okay.
you want to, you don't have to.
I think I would just because she is fighting against it.
Yeah.
Like, I, out of character, don't want to because this is a dumb move, but she would. Yeah, she's not very strong.
Yeah, you can pick Nara up effectively and move. And Huldra, who's carrying Harbeck?
That's me.
Huldra, you hear, put me down. Put me down. Put me down. And Harbeck is trying to get off you.
You know what? No. There's a bridge falling. I'm not gonna put him down.
He's gonna roll a strength.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you. Bring it.
13, and he will do it. Roll 2 strengths because he's really struggling here.
Okay. I have. I want to reroll.
You do have a reroll.
Yes.
Because he's struggling. He breaks free of your grasp, and as he does, it's like he more sort of falls off the back of you as you're fighting with him to keep hold of him. And he stops for a moment. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out the cube. And as you look at him, his eyes are white. And you just hear a voice. This time his lips move. I have to return there. And he runs and jumps off the edge of the bridge.
I want to try to stop him.
Not
Yeah.
without that strength, you can't. He runs and
But
He's
can't
got to
I?
get past Guzgid and Nara first, right?
well, you're tackling with Nara, so you've got to try. He runs and jumps off of this bridge. If you don't,
I'll try and tackle him too. Other arm. You know, Guzgid's...
yeah, go for it.
Guzgid's
Roll
a boss.
strength. I'm going to roll a strength as well.
Can I get you a ladder?
And now he rolls a 10.
13. You grab him in your arm. And Nara, you're sort of in this other arm as well as this happens. So Guzgid, you're stood on the edge of this bridge.
Yeah, I guess I can't
Take-
move, but I've got them both.
You take both of them, and as you do, there is a flash of green from this cube. And where you stand, Guzgid, as you've held back, the bridge gives way beneath your feet. And Harvey and Huldra, you see Guzgid, Nara, and Harbeck fall.
It's the
Terrell
Nara effect.
screams. Terrell absolutely screams and runs towards the edge, like
No, I
Ariana's
can't.
grabbing him, like, and pulling him back. But no, like
Why is
he's moving and running.
everyone is suicidal here? Why is this?
We're like lemmings.
It's the
It's
Nara
crazy.
effect. We're all piecing out. what she does.
This bridge is still collapsing. Are you running?
Yeah. If Ariana got to rail, then Huldra will leg it.
Is Trouble falling down too?
Trouble is running. Was whining a bit after Terrail, but as soon as Ariana grabs him, he bolts back.
Okay. Alright. Oh, who had the cube last? Huldra? Do you still have it?
No, Harbeck.
No,
No,
I put
Harbeck's
it
got
in.
it.
Oh.
Harbeck has it now. And that's what destroyed the bridge that we're on.
Okay. Well, we have to keep running. Run.
Yeah, you run. I need you all to make those who are still up here make another dex save. So that will be Ariana, 10, Trail, 10, Dog.
Oh no!
Ooh, 15.
Not dog.
Oh no.
The dog takes a second to look back to find Harbeck as he whimpers, and as he does, the stone goes beneath his feet, and you see the dog fall.
Isn't
over
it a bit like I think the dog should be really fast and have a lot of plus in the
I have it
dexterity?
here. I have it here.
Okay.
Oh
Do
god.
you have anything plus? Is it a
Not on
save?
this. Not
Oh
on
my god, no.
Oh no, poor doggo.
He's a beefy dog.
this.
Oh wow. Well, this sucks.
Can I try to make some kind of save to like catch his tail or leg?
You can. He is falling, so you could try to catch him
As he
mid-fall.
falls or no?
You could catch him mid-fall,
Okay.
but you are going to have to go back to get him and roll another dex save yourself.
Okay. Let's try it.
You need more than a 10. Yeah.
Oof.
Dex save yourself now, a strength to hold on to him, not Bridge.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, on an 11, you grab him and pull him. You saw like this dog was like hanging. You've literally pulled his back leg and just dragged this dog back over the bridge.
Yay. Now I continue to run.
Yep. You can both run. Ariana is running. You're so close to the edge now. And you reach the edge as the last brick falls. And disappears into the darkness below. Terrail just freaks. He's on his knees, he's screaming, he's crying, he doesn't know what's going on. Ariana's trying to pull him up.
Huldra, like when they reach the end of the bridge, Huldra never really stops. She just like keeps on running down, trying to see where her friends disappear to.
Yeah. Continuing down the steps of that tower.
Yeah.
Yep, you see them fall. You see all of them falling. And then you see a flash of green. And they disappear.
Like, poof.
Just a bit, it's almost a blinding flash. You have to cover your eyes. And then they're
All of
gone.
them?
Every single one of them is gone.
Oh,
And that is where we'll leave Dragon Age this
okay.
Oh my god.
Family just got back together.
Yeah, let's go back
You're
together.
tearing me apart, Lisa.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And I will hand back to Scratticus.
I feel so bad for Terrail. It's like, no, Nara's back. No, Nara. No, Harbeck.
Everyone was so suicidal that, like, a falling bridge!
Listen, I knew, like, once the bridge started falling, like, if Alia falls, Nara's falling too.
I didn't think that Guzgid would fall.
Right.
Harbeck.
Oh, you're stuck with Nara.
Yes, finally me and Harvey.
Alice just Thanos the party.
You will split!
Normal DM, like, don't split the party. Alice, like, You know what I could do?
But no, you know what? Actually, like, I agree that it was the rules because technically everyone could have. No, I guess Harbeck were like, take me with you, and did his thing, but otherwise everyone could have made it. They rolled good enough. But oh my god, was it hard? Like, you had to roll
Yeah, there's a lot of rolls.
11 plus 4 times?
Oh
I
my
think-
gosh.
I think if Guzgid hadn't tried to grab Harbeck, he could have saved Nara and himself, but trying to stop 2 people.
You would have had to deal with a very distressed, grieving Nara.
I mean, Hulra couldn't even hold on to one unconscious person, so you did good.
Oh, wake up. Wake up. Yeah, if you rescued Nara, you would have had to deal with like this grieving person on your hands. She'd be useless.
Nah, I
But
would
you might still
cheer.
have to deal with that wherever we are. Depending on how things go. Alia fell before we did.
So you wake up and you're surrounded by fire. Next week.
Constantly to Alice, I'm like, no, don't bury my gaze. No.
Well, here we are at the end, everyone. Let's go round. Let's go through our favourite bit, where we can find each other online and all the wonderful things that we do. Let's go anti-clockwise. Let's start with Avery. Oh, hi!
I'm upset. I'm upset. My name's Avery. I go by MapBat online. I'm an artist and cosplayer. This is the only stream I'm a part of at the moment, but if you don't see me on streams, you might see my art. I do the character art for the Wild Blue Yonder campaign that Alice was a part of. Yay. Favorite. I do enjoy being back with the party. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm so biased in saying it, but I just love every time Guzgid opens his mouth, Nara and Ali are just like, this guy. What? And I'm very excited for them to talk properly, which they may get a chance to do depending on where we are now. But yeah, I know it was out of character, kind of. I also love Harvey just not knowing what day of the week it is. Like, bless her heart. And this whole session had my heart racing, honestly. This was good. Oof. Oof. Oh, big oof. I think that's it for me. I think now it's just like anxiety over what's gonna happen next.
Fantastic. Thank you, Avery. Next around we have Nassim.
Hey, I'm Nassim, and I was Harvey, your Duster Rogue Dwarf. You can find me on all the social things at Nazgul and other streams I am a part of. Also, Mistress of Modules, every Sunday on the Nerd Immersion channel on Twitch at 5 p.m. PST, 5 to 7. And I'm also cast member of the Venture Maidens podcast that streams every Wednesday on the Venture Maidens channel on Twitch. And that podcast can also be found everywhere podcasts are free. And that's about it. My favorite part was the fact that the family was back together again, and we got to have our little family dynamic again. And I was like placing everyone as like, oh, Nara and Gersgerd are like the twins of the family who like want to be their own separate people, but they really don't get along. Things like that. I like the family dynamic that's growing and been taken apart again.
God damn it, Alice. God damn it. Thank you, Nassim. Next round we have resident channel artist Ambly. Oh, hi!
Hi! I'm Ambly. My name is Annie, if anyone cares. I played yours truly, Huldra. It was a really fun episode. It was fun. It was really fun to roleplay with everyone together again. Too bad that's not gonna happen anymore. It was. I really liked. I'm just jumping straight to my favorite part. It was definitely the bridge. The bridge was exciting. It was heart racing, and all other English words I can't think of right now. It was great. I loved it. I want more of that. Thank you, and please. I do art. I should say that. I do art on this channel a lot. You can find my art in links somewhere, maybe. If you like to check it out, I would appreciate that. Words, who needs them when you can express yourself with art?
I've got a new highlight for the session. It's Ambly's outros every week.
I'm out.
Thank you, Ambly. Wonderful wife and DM Alice.
Hi. Yeah, this was a really fun session. I like the group dynamic. I like that Nara got thrown off of a cliff and then made an epic save to throw herself like against it and hide from the Zogo, even though she got smashed like through a wall with it at one point. And yeah, having the sort of family dynamic back again was really, really nice. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I really enjoyed that. No, I'm not. But also, I'm White Rabbit Pick. That's where you can find me on Twitter. I do photography and stuff, so please check that out. I also both DM and play on this channel every day of the week. And when I'm not over here, I am playing over on Tales from the Grim in our Highlander campaign and Lady Blackbird campaign.
Thank you, darling. That just leaves me. My favourite part. I loved getting that stunt point earlier on. That was a great personal moment. Like that's where Guzgid thrives. But just that whole bridge disaster was awful, and I'm living for it. I can't wait to see where we end up next week. And of course, Ambly's outro, which is always the most awkward moment. I love you so much, Ambly. I'm going to do something a bit different for our outro. I'm not going to go for all the things. Instead, I'm just going to say this production was brought to you by Bird and the Storm Publishing and Magehand Press. Please check out all of the things being posted in the links now. Today, we are going to go and pay a raid to... Blue Jay. We're going to go and say hi to Blue Jay playing some Sims. Not someone we raid very often, but someone we should perhaps raid more. So we're going to head over there. What do we have as our cry for today? Oh, guys, do you remember a line from any part? I'm
looking at the Zoom chat and what's standing there. It's all gone to shit.
That's...
Yeah.
That works, actually. Oh, actually, maybe should we go in and be cussing in someone else's stream? Probably not.
No, fair enough.
I'm going to change it to heck. Yeah. There we go. It's all gone to heck. There we go. So yeah, we're going to raid in, use that raid cry, and we will see you over there in the chat. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along, and we will see you next time. Keep on evoking emotions. Bye!
Bye.